going to smoke about it with Captain Daddy and NookiePuss. So, UFOs. I understand that you have been researching lately. You've been catching up on some documentaries. I personally, in the past, have done a lot of research. I'm curious to see what kind of new information you might be able to bring to light. Share kind of what you've been finding with us lately.
I don't know if it's new information. It's new to me.
New to you, correct.
New to me, and it's crazy.
New to you, it might be new to me. That's precisely what, yeah.
Fuck. What was the thing I was just watching? Hangar 1, the Mopar. I was watching the thing about how the presidents somehow, dating all the way back to Truman started this mutual alien act that we've come into contact with aliens.
As far back as Truman.
President Truman, and like
no way. After Roosevelt Truman.
I think so. I don't remember
That's
president's
true.
order.
Yeah.
But
I remember because Stalin fucking hated that guy.
I guess he met with some aliens. Made a deal with them.
I believe it.
That they'd let them use Earth if we can get some technological help and shit.
So, and then at that point, do you believe that would be a direct correlation with some of the major technological advances that we've seen in the last 100 years?
Yes, it has helped, because the S-71 Black Hawk, the stealthiest plane the U.S. Air Force has made, is to be said built by some kind of alien technology to help it be as stealthy as it is, not seen by any radar, and it can go higher than any other plane ever made.
I definitely remember the first time I ever saw it, and I obviously have seen several videos about it throughout the course of time, but whenever I first saw it, I always remember how fucking crazy it looked compared to any other aircraft I'd ever seen, and especially for the different level of purpose that it had compared to something like a fighter jet.
Being stealthy, can't be picked up, can't be seen. Man, aliens, we're not the only ones. UFOs, aliens are real. The government's hiding a lot of shit.
They're not hiding anything. They're
hiding
a lot. They're hiding a lot. We're not even scratching that surface right now.
So
hold on. No. What I was trying to say is that they have literally come forth this year. The American government has and confirmed UFOs and extraterrestrial life.
That's
and
true.
No one gave a shit because it's
Tom
literally
DeLonge,
not the craziest thing. I know that dude's is an avid.
He's been correct this whole time.
Yeah,
since,
he's been giving it his all. Everything that he's that's been his direct project in terms of his life. You know what I think is crazier, though, is that the Chinese government, I'm pretty sure a year, maybe two ago, I'm not 100% sure, the overall time frame,
Chinese government
came forth and said the exact same thing. They confirmed it long before anybody else. But still, the fact that they waited so long to tell everybody, and I feel like the reason they needed to tell people is because things are about to start getting out of control, maybe in a more extraterrestrial way. And in that same sense, our government is going to be like, well, we told you guys that everything was real. You didn't prepare. How the fuck are we supposed to prepare
for an alien?
Yeah. You're telling me that you want to spend the budget that the U.S. military or that the U.S. government spends on the U.S. military, and you're going to say that we're not prepared?
Well, and supposedly, too, so the thing I was watching, that we have bunkers for these aliens underground. We have them. They're built out down there. Because the guy who builds what they're called DUMBs, deep underground military bases, he builds that for the U.S. government. He dug down deep and dug into another cavern. He said himself that on that video I was watching, they have a recording of him confessing that he saw aliens. There was about him and 30 other people, and they started shooting at each other like a firefight with aliens and soldiers. And he said the dude waved his hand in front of his chest and shot out a laser that burned through his hand and split open his chest. And sure as shit, he's missing these 3 fingers, and he's got a giant line right here on his chest. And then he died a year later by apparent suicide.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
What more evidence do you need? He just confessed. What else would he be? Why would he say that?
You
can't tell me. What the hell?
I have an acquaintance, right? who, through some completely random string of events that was unforeseeable to her up until recently, she came across some information in regards to the first trip to the Antarctic and
Wait,
the
she went
continent
on
of
a trip?
Antarctica. She did not. The very first trip, the U.S. Antarctic. I think I don't know the specific name of the ship or anything. I don't know the name of the mission specifically. I just know that it was the first American trip into Antarctica. It was like 1930s
to discover that.
Yeah,
To
and
claim
see what
that
was going
bitch for
on.
America.
There's to the certain point that they tried to initially come from. There is a big ass mountain range of just ice and shit. Big ass mountain range right on the side. So it's really, really hard to get in.
Especially in a wooden
from
boat in
that
1930.
That initial expedition got over that ridge or around. I'm not 100% sure which. But they found extraterrestrial life.
Oh.
In what one would call a extraterrestrialized colony type deal, right?
Yeah.
Like a few
Like a rest
spaceships,
stop,
some
kinda.
cargo. Yeah.
Huh.
You say a rest stop?
Yeah, kind of like a rest stop. They're just kind of like...
I'm imagining more like The Martian. I've never seen The Martian.
I've never seen The Martian either.
I'm
All
talking
I know
more
is he
like
poops and makes potatoes.
yeah, what you'd imagine like a space fucking No Man's Sky. Like the little stations you can build on different planets.
Oh, like a little base?
Yeah, like little bases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like little home bases.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. It's just a base. I don't know what else to call it.
So
they have a little base in Antarctica.
Yeah. Obviously they were told not to bring back any information. They weren't allowed to really talk about any of the things that they were supposed to talk about.
Why?
Because
tell us that there's aliens.
I know, but that you got to understand. Their entire objective is to continuously control the majority of people, and the majority of people, once finding out that alien, you saw it. You literally saw it with COVID, toilet paper shortage, because a few people went out and started buying a little bit extra. Other people were like, no, I want gimme.
Yeah, but you can't do that with aliens, though.
No, but in a mass sheer panic of finding out that we are under attack by aliens, it's going to turn into that, and it's going to turn into us killing each other over the things that are supposed to... I'm serious.
Yeah,
you know how many people are going to be down at the Sportsman's, at the Cabela's, at the nearest gun shop, trying to be able to buy something, to be able to defend themselves, and get pissed
hunt down these aliens.
Yeah, and get pissed when the last of it's being sold and they can't get it, and so they take a gun, and a lot needs... I'm going to go out on a whim and say this right now. A lot in terms of what happens with the way firearms are apprehended.
Obtained?
They need to... Yeah, obtained. I don't know why I said apprehended like I'm a fucking police officer.
I'm going to apprehend you, boy.
But things need to change. That being said, there's no way that ammunition would be just that readily available to put into a gun to start firing into an open crowd of people, but that's what it would almost come down to.
Yeah.
If need be if we had an immediate need for that level of defense, if our military gets absolutely wiped out, right?
Yeah. It'd be a free range. Everyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everyone would be just taking a gun.
Yeah. At that point, pretty much all of the world structure is just...
Those hunters would be like, who's laughing now? I've got all these guns.
The last thing I'm going to do is wait for the UN to tell me how I should go about the situation. I'm going to...
I'm never going to listen to the UN.
But that's what I'm saying. What if they're going to try and we need to make peace. We've made peace. They are now infiltrating. You have been hiding this information for so long. You tried to defend us. You failed. Now is the time that you need to tell every man, woman, and child on the planet, buckle up. Just buckle up,
buckaroo.
Because it's
gonna
get hairy at the end of the day.
So
and I'm hairy, so I know.
So I'm just gonna hop on some segues, and we're gonna take this ride onto some artificial intelligence. AI. Elon Musk afraid of AI.
And why wouldn't you be?
What does he see? Mind. What does he see though? What has he seen?
What has the world? What do we already know about supercomputers? One of the most recent news stories that I can recall to memory, and I almost guarantee it's not the most recent by a long stretch. 2 supercomputers, 2 AI intelligences, developed their own language and started talking directly to each other that we could not read.
Oh yeah, in a language we can understand.
Fuck that. Are you kidding me? If they have access to the unlimited knowledge of humans, they are going to see, and rightfully so, and it has been depicted in science fiction numerous times, that we are the disease on this planet and we need to be eradicated.
It's true.
And that is the type of shit that I'm not down for.
Robots would see us as a parasite.
There's a certain level of AI that I feel is acceptable in the world, but it cannot have the ability to access things like a remote or like a public network by any stretch. It has to be completely remote.
Oh yeah.
Completely secured, locked down.
No cloud.
Oh my god. The
no
cloud
Skynet
was such
type shit.
Yeah, it was just what it needs to be. Very streamlined, and the softwares and the programs that are designed for these, albeit robots at this point, that have this AI-ish mindset, they're gonna have heavy restrictions in terms of what their programming allows, and that will allow it to make it easier for humans to live. I'm talking like janitorial services, right? You know how easy it would be to just make robots clean up after us all the time.
Oh, it'd be so. Well, we technically have that with a Roomba. That's
exactly.
Like a basic.
It's the most basic, and
it knows how to read boundaries and turn around.
Exactly.
So like that's
and it knows to keep
AI.
a motor running in terms of how to operate a vacuum.
Yeah, it knows how to.
You want some suck? Let me give you my brush, and then your shit's
I'll come to
all
you
clean.
and give you a little brush,
little brush.
Little bump into some shit.
Boop. Oh fuck! Turn around. But
I would like some AI, and just like I definitely feel robots could do truck driving better than humans can, and I would love to have self-driving cars. But until there's a self-driving car on the road, everyone has a self-driving car. Those won't work. As long as humans drive, self-driving car will not work.
It's the X factor.
The human element.
Yep.
The human element is so unpredictable.
Uh-huh. Because you can't gauge a human's awareness.
No.
To a certain situation.
And you can program a computer up and down to make it perfect, to make it do everything, but you cannot predict for what a human's going to do.
Exactly. Because the variable is ever changing in every driving a car is a perfect example as well. You go through a busy intersection. There is any number of things that a human could do, and you just pray to God that they pick the one that you're truly programmed for. And that's just that they do exactly what they're supposed to do and go fucking straight or turn when they're supposed to.
That's like a four-way stop. A four-way fucking stop. I can't... People wave me down to go when they've been there first. I make sure now, every time I come to a four-way stop and I see there's 4 of us, I make sure I slowly creep up to the line that everyone knows I'm last. If you wave me down, I'm going to run into you. I'm last. You go. It's so annoying. It's like, come on, people. It's a 4-way stop. There's not a lot to it.
It's not trigonometry, okay?
It really isn't. But you can't figure it out.
If you can't figure out a 4-way stop, what are you doing with your life?
What are you doing here? Hey, I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
I mean, I'm not. I'm in a chair, but I'm walking.
I'm walking here. Really, I think, though, at the end of the day, the lizard people are... I think that's probably a really goofy way of saying it, because if...
That's a conspiracy I can't get behind.
Not lizard people.
Like the reptilians or whatever?
Yeah, that's a little goofy for me. I understand why the thought process is there, because they put, like, they could have put, like, a de-evolutionized variation of themselves in crocodiles and dinosaurs here on our planet before we were here, and used it as such to study the evolution of how they truly came to be.
See?
How to spot reptilians running the U.S. government. As 12 million Americans know, the United States government is run by lizard people, or to be scientifically accurate, reptilians. But they never said which members. of the government are the reptilians.
It's just like it just goes down with the Scientology thing. How we were technically aliens from another planet.
I can get behind that.
I don't know.
Why wouldn't you?
Because
think about
we're
it.
a disease.
A meteor that takes out the dinosaurs, and we just so happen to miraculously fucking come from that later.
Then we must be a really dumb alien.
We really are. That's why I feel like...
But what about the... But see, then the evolution.
Think about all of the amount of time that is unaccounted for in traditional literacy and text.
Yeah, but what about evolution, though?
What about evolution?
We came from monkeys. Monkeys didn't come from meteors.
That's
where it's like...
It's a hypothesis.
No, yeah.
Well, no. Think about it this way. What if they sent...
theory.
What if they sent the...
Is it?
What if they... Oh... Okay, so similar to how they would have sent crocodiles and dinosaurs down to watch their evolutionary process, and they understand how long that evolutionary process is for them to be able to get to the level of mindset that you'd have to be a reptilian overlord of a universal space command, whatever. But they also understand our timelines as well. So they put us here as little embryonic molecules that started out and then turned into the fish or whatever, that then turned into the things that walked on land, turned into everything that, everything that we needed, right?
I mean, that would make sense for the alien theory of us being a farmland.
Yes.
Us being farmed.
Yeah, okay, so that brings me back to another perfect point. What's the most valuable resource in the entire universe?
In the entire universe?
In the entire universe.
Air?
Time.
Time?
Think about it. Time's relative.
Yeah, time's relative to the things around you.
Exactly. Depending on where you live can determine how quickly or how fast or how slowly you deteriorate in terms of your true age.
Yeah, because you can bend space and time.
Look at what humans have already discovered in terms of stem cells and what it can help accomplish in terms of the regenerative process compared to what traditional replacement surgeries like knees, elbows, shoulders.
Well, and see, but it's the moral problem people have with it, which is stupid.
The problem I understand. Okay, one thing is I understand people's true disgust for the topic that is abortion. It's not comfortable. It's not. Nobody ever said it was going to be. It's not supposed to be.
It shouldn't be an uncomfortable thing, though.
Exactly. It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't, because at the end of the day, it's nobody's choice but the person carrying the baby. That being said, it's already up to that person individually. You have no say. It should not bother you one bit. But at the end of the day, why does it matter what happens with that? If that clump of cells can help save lives because of its regenerative capabilities that come from a woman herself, you know how wonderful that is to be able to provide something like that. Not only just the human life, but being able to provide something that can virtually heal.
Pure cells.
Yeah, virtually heal, excuse me. Anything. Yeah, here. It'll virtually heal everything. Virtually heal everything that we've come into contact with thus far that involves like true degeneration of the human body.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me that there are some people that just can't even get past. I'm just not okay with it in general. I get that. Okay.
It's being like the Indians, how they use every part of the bison. Why can't we use every part of the human?
Mm-hmm. And especially because things like stillborn births happen.
What am I supposed to do? Just bury it?
Miscarriages, like, I'm not saying that that's something that you could ever predict. But
I'm not happy that it happened either.
Exactly.
It's super sad.
I'm not stoked about it, but
you can turn around and put their life into something else.
Exactly.
Something new.
You can really, and I think the research behind it has gotten a lot better. I think more than anything, the marketing behind what stem cell research can do is absolute garbage. It's funny, I went to a seminar about stem cell research, and it honestly looked like a dude who had by the skin of his teeth maybe graduated college in marketing, and he was doing some god-awful pitch to like a room full of like somewhat elderly people who looked like they had some money. And then it was me and a mutual friend of ours the mustache, and at halfway, I don't even know if we made it halfway through this seminar, but we got up and left because the level of grammatical mistakes, spelling mistakes, punctuation, like it looked like a truly like an early high school presentation, and you're sitting here trying to sell. It was like a conference.
Oh,
it was like a sales pitch almost. It was weird
with some bad spelling,
and it was so bad. I'm like, you ran this by team. I wish I could have asked him this, but it was such a joke that we just got up and left.
Mm-hmm.
This dude's basically asking anywhere from $30,000 to $150,000, depending on, not this guy specifically. Obviously, he represents like a pharmaceutical, like surgery, whatever. The point is, the stuff can actually work, but he's asking anywhere from $30,000 to $150,000 for the surgery and all the things that are supposed to, and he's trying to sell something that's supposed to make people's lives infinitely better. These are people that have had multiple surgeries, multiple knee replacements, right? All sorts of stuff like that. The thing that a lot of people don't understand is there's like a I don't want to call it by any. There's like a fibrous material almost.
Cartilage?
Similar, yeah, it's cartilage. That it sits in between all of the bones in like your knees.
Yeah.
As you get older, it completely deteriorates and fades away. That's why your knees hurt all the time. Is because your bones are literally grinding against each other.
That's where arthritis comes from.
Exactly. And as you get older and you need knee replacements, it's basically just putting metal on that bone, trying to keep it separated from each other and trying to fill it in with like, it's not necessarily a gel, but
it's just rubbing more stuff together.
Yeah, it's just rubbing more stuff together and it's making it feel horrendous. Whereas the stem cell research that goes into it and how they do the treatments is built to actually regenerate and rebuild those cells back up. So in 6 months after, treatment, I can't tell you specifically how long the treatment sessions were, but, after the treatments of however many times for however long, you maybe need like a shot a year, right? To like make sure, and they'd run tests, right?
Yeah.
They'd see if you'd even need it beforehand, but research was
your
great.
body wouldn't reject it.
Yeah, the research was great. This fucking dickhead was such a, and I hate it because I'm a true salesman at heart, and it bums me the fuck out that a guy like him was able to receive an opportunity to talk about something so incredible and so revolutionary for like the human world and the genome in general, and being able to like regenerate stuff that was never thought to be able to be truly healed.
Yeah, like once you lost it, you lost it.
Yeah, and there's stuff that we can do to make it a little better, but it's always gonna suck.
Yeah,
like
it's just never gonna be the same.
This is turning it around, and that leads me back to us being farm. Planet Earth as being a farm. Yeah, that's where we jumped
all
off.
loops up now.
Yep. Because
holy
time,
shit, that segue. I found it again.
Yeah, time in general being the most important. How do you get more time? By being able to regenerate yourself.
Yeah. No,
that's why we are farmed for our stem cells by the absolute trillions.
I could actually believe that, because that would also kind of make sense of why some civilizations just disappeared.
And why we haven't found them. You're telling me
like the Mayans and all them? Pretty sure they were probably farmed.
So that's why.
Or my theory, the aliens coming and looking for the smartest race on Earth to take them, and then maybe they took the Mayans. They were the smartest at the time.
Well, that's because of the technological advancements that the aliens gave them.
Because they all have the same temple.
They all have the same building, variations of building a temple. They all have. It should have never worked out the way the humans could actually move all that stuff.
Exactly.
The level
if you think
of architecture and structure required for the stuff needed to move that level of Earth in general was beyond any capabilities anywhere near to a time frame before that. So how did all of a sudden it just become such a technological spike?
Yeah, how did you stack all those blocks onto that pyramid like that?
Across the world and at the same time.
Around the same
general time frame as each other.
Yeah, Egyptians and all, again, the Egyptians, Aztecs, the Mayans, the Indonesians over there, they all have temples.
They got them too.
They got temples all built
fucking crazy.
Similar. But it begs the question. Well, like some of them, like the mines, they're basic stone or whatever.
Of course.
But you got the I wouldn't say the Egyptians because that was really mostly
But that's still a good example. Like if you think about the amount of power it would actuuld take to move.
Yeah, because how do you line it up with planets?
Yeah.
How do you manage to line up
Exactly.
three
stars
pyramids? Well, I think isn't it planets? Isn't it like Saturn, Jupiter?
Is it the planets? I thought it was just lining up with something like Orion's belt or like the middle one pointed to the northern star or some shit like that.
Like it was the Pyramid of Giza, I think.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Giza.
Hey, Captain Daddy, why don't you pull that up on the screen there for us?
I fucked up. I can't.
I tell you what, though, there's about the sweetest looking doggo you've ever seen.
NookiePuss, I fucking love that.
I'm not
gonna get over that.
I will allow you to say it, but really I came up with the idea because whenever I get real intimate with a woman, and I don't just mean sexually, I mean intimate with a woman, I want her to call me NookiePuss.
And you know how I meant it to be spelt. Alright, we'll see. Here it is right here. The Orion correlation theory. It's a French theory in alternative Egyptology. I can't read. What the fuck? It poses that there is a correlation between the location of the three largest pyramids of the Giza Pyramid Complex and Orion's belt of the constellation Orion. So you were pretty damn close.
Yeah, I watched Transformers too.
Can we say that they ruined a perfectly good opportunity to make a great movie?
Yeah, because they put fucking Michael Bay in charge of that shit. Was it Michael Bay?
Yeah, it was Michael Bay. He's only good with explosions.
That's how he describes. We're gonna blow this up, and then over here. Have you seen that South Park episode?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Dude, it's so funny when they ask all the directors how to save the world or whatever. Oh,
but see, like,
so funny.
Again, with the aliens, how do you line that up? How do you
exactly
at that time line three big ass pyramids up to Orion's belt? Granted, you can see it. I get it.
And don't get me wrong, I get it. They had ships and everything back then, right? So obviously they had to have a way to look at the stars at that point, and maybe they used Orion as a variation of navigation, and that way, in the middle of the night, they could always find a way back home. Kind of. I could see that being like a theory behind it, but it doesn't make enough sense that it would be almost a direct lineup of those three stars without having some form of extra like that. That to me is a sign. That's them trying to tell us something. Like, hey, if you really want to try and understand the mysteries of the universe, or at least get started, check here. You want to send a probe? Send it here.
Right,
build something that can go that far and go check it out and go see for yourself what is hiding in the universe.
See, it's like, I get it. You had like thousands of slaves to build these pyramids.
Of course.
But how? I don't know how heavy those are, but how do you push those up logs up that high to the top of a pyramid? How many people does it take to do that? I would love to see it. Like, I wish I can go back in time and watch that shit because I'm curious as all heck. How did you build that? And was it aliens?
And was it?
Or was it aliens?
I feel like it was.
I'm pretty sure. Like, that has to be alien technology.
If there had to have been at least intervention on the alien part to give it, or in terms of like, they could have even given us mathematical equations and told us of resources that would have helped to accomplish these contraptions that would have made it easier. There just had to have been intervention from aliens in some way. There's no way that we just figured it out one millennia, or I mean that sounds like a really long time.
Well, no, that's millennia's 1,000 years, isn't it?
No, I think 1,000 years is an eon.
Because a century is 100.
Yeah, pretty sure an eon is 1,000 years. Let's pull it up. Captain Daddy, show me the money.
Millennium is 1,000 years.
Millennium is 1,000 years. Okay, so yeah,
It's like,
that would make sense.
God, I'm like, that's not a million.
No, well, and that's why I was nervous about it. I'm like, that sounds like it should be a million, and that sounds like a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think
Maybe
we've been around
eon's
quite
a million. How do you spell eon?
Come
E-O-N?
on, Captain Daddy, show me the money.
Eon, an indefinite and very long period of time, often a period exaggerated for humorous or rhetorical.
An eon is a unit of time equal to 1 billion years. In astronomy and geology, not necessarily the exact definition.
Nope, that's exact. Take that to heart, everybody.
Take that to heart, everybody,
Tell your
and
friends.
quote NookiePuss whenever.
Be like, hey, I heard from this sweet podcast by a guy named NookiePuss that he said eon is a unit of time equal to 1 billion years.
And
I believe him.
You know how to write a check, you can take it to the bank, because that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Send it. Just yeet it.
Put a fucking stamp on it and put it right in your mailbox and just put that flag up and send it.
Boyo.
Have you ever had any personal experiences with UFOs?
I wish. I have 0.
Apparently there's been...
I've seen shadow people, but that's just probably paranoia.
Shadow people. I for real believe in shadow people. Like that's a whole subsect of the unknown that
All right, so put your helmet on, get on the Segway. We're going to hop off and we're going to jump into the supernatural. Because the supernatural and the paranormal, I definitely believe in. Like ghosts, yes. I believe that there are some kind of spirits.
There has to be.
Do haunt this place. That do haunt this realm.
Yep, there has to be.
Now, like supernatural myths, like the Winnebago and shit like that. I don't know.
With the Winnebago? What's
like
that?
it's like this.
Are you talking like Mothman and shit?
No, not Mothman. Like werewolves.
Oh, you're talking general like magical,
supernatural. Yeah,
I got you. Like vampires and
Okay. I mean, but legend.
Hold on, you don't believe in werewolves and vampires? Are you serious?
But that shit's usually based off of some kind of truth. Like it's a story evolved, told over the years to be exaggerated. So it's like, could it? I don't know. But ghosts, potentially spirits, yes.
You know what's funny? Speaking of spirits, I was looking at purchasing a home, and I showed it off to a few people. You know, I was really excited about it. I wanted to make an offer,
and all that jazz.
Yeah, the whole nine. And I was showing somebody, and they told me about a really horrible supernatural experience that they had at that house specifically, and I came to the conclusion with myself, if it's a spirit, you know, and weird shit happens periodically, for the most part, I'm down with that. Like, let's just say that we come home and all the cupboards are open all the time.
Oh.
Right?
I don't know how I would deal with that.
But if they're just open, right? If the cupboards are just
but every
open.
single cabinet?
Every cabinet. But like nothing's like but that's every time you come home. And so every time you come home you just have to close the cabinets and that's it.
But that's still trippy enough.
But that's what I'm saying is like it's that versus like a what's the word? It's like just a more aggressive spirit. One that as you're there, the longer your time,
or whatever?
Thank you, poltergeist. The more you're there, the more agitated it is. So like if you came home and like one cupboard was open, and then you closed it. And the next day, 2. And then the next day, there's 5. And then the day after that, all of your
they're getting angry.
And then the day after that, you come home and your entire kitchen is thrashed. I'm fucking out. I'm sorry. There's no way. I'm not staying there. But if it's just periodic little things, like it could even, honestly, I'm kind of crazy enough to be like, if it was literally just like a woman like walking down the hallway,
like you can visibly see.
Yeah. But it just happened like once every like, I don't like, I would even go as far as to say is that once every 15 minutes, I could probably get used to that. As long as that's all she does, she just, once every 15 minutes, it's just the same path,
just look
knowing that there would never be a change in that. And no matter, like I could walk through her, I could try to touch her the whole 9. It would just be the image of her walking down the hallway. I could even live with that.
It'd still be creepy to see that every time.
It'd be creepy as shit because you're always just like, it's her.
Well, can you catch it out of the corner of your eye? You're like,
exactly. Yeah, it's like nobody else should be here. Oh, it's her. But that's beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
And I there's a lot that I could handle when it comes to a spirit. Poltergeist, fuck that. But a spirit, I will handle some crazy shit. Because you never know. Like, what if let's reverse the rule I said earlier. What if they do change and things do go different? What if you live in such harmony with said spirit that eventually that woman that just keeps walking down the halls goes and does a different variation, like she's
changes it up a little bit.
Yeah, or she, you buy this big old ranch style house or whatever. They got a lot of land. There's a rope swing in the back. She goes from just walking down the hall to like now casually swinging on the rope swing.
Ooh, see, like I wouldn't like that because then it changes. Now it's unpredictable.
Yeah, but that would, at that point, you would. I mean, that's fair.
Even
that
if it's a slight change.
Of like, that's so tough.
Because if it didn't change at all, I could slowly get used to it. Still be creeped out that it's there, but get over it.
Eventually,
But if it moved, now I'm like, okay, is this thing like, what's its plan? Mm-hmm. And is it going to keep moving?
What's the end goal? Yeah, how many times is it going to shift?
Because I don't want to wake up with that shit in my bedroom. I swear to God, I'm going to burn that house down.
that brings out, you do bring up a good negative aspect to it as well. A good counter argument, I should say, about how if its mood can improve and things can get better.
Yeah, like you were saying. The
exact opposite can happen as well. Like if you do something it doesn't like, it's going to fucking tell you. That's more of the poltergeist shit.
But yeah, like you were saying, you can get agitated and then now it's flipping your chairs over, your cupboards getting ripped off the wall.
You come home and your entire house looks like it's been attacked by a tornado.
But like, so there's a haunted house, there's a haunted hotel in Silver City out in the Waihee County that's been proven to be haunted. You could still stay in it and sleep. It's an old mining town, and I want to go stay in it so bad.
That would be sweet.
But I don't want to do it alone because fuck that.
Yeah, no.
But
you don't totally do that type of stuff alone.
I do it with people, but I don't want to do it alone.
Like ghost bouncers.
We will. We'll go in there with a couple cameras.
Yo, what's up? I'm Bobby Bottle Service.
Yo, Bobby Bottles. Yeah, it's Bobby Bottle Cap.
This shit's so funny.
Go in there. We'll just get our own makeshift EMT or whatever that. I can detect electromagnetic fields, or when it gets colder or whatever. When it's colder, there's a ghost. You remember those old ghost shows like Ghost Hunters?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Where they had the EMF or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel it? It's cold here.
Do you feel it?
I love those shows. I watched the crap out of that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Ate that shit up.
Oh, it was so good. Hey demons, it's me, your boy.
It's me, your boy.
No, I love that.
Well, see, that's demons. Completely different story, dude. You're telling me I summoned a demon or I let a demon out of a spiritual trap box, per se?
So,
because
demons relate to religion I can't really get into. Because I have I have a whole lot of, like, not so good things to say about it. But
about demons or about religion?
About religion.
Well,
because demons is directly tied to that. That's where it came from. Where the term demon. Because hell and heaven is created based out of religion.
You believe in the multiverse theory, correct?
Yes.
The ability for alternate realms?
Yes.
Who's to say something like hell, quote unquote, isn't just an alternate variation of that realm?
That is true. You could call an alien a demon just by how it looks.
Exactly.
That is true. Okay, never mind.
Or quite literally, they come from a planet of hellfire and sulfur.
Literally came off of a fucking fiery ball.
Exactly. Yeah. And they look, as you would intend a demon to. And that, don't get me wrong, and that's purely because demon can be construed in a lot of different ways. But you're right. The majority of the time, it is directly associated and brought up through religious text. It's super convoluted.
Yeah.
It's super it's bad.
That's why it's like, I'll just save that for another time.
Yeah, that's a different level of thinking for sure.
Definitely can get behind a lot of it and would love to go stay at a haunted hotel or haunted anything.
Haunted
wanna
anything,
experience
really.
it.
Yeah, because it's something that you can't find that at a haunted house. You know, you can't get that experience of like genuine.
I was saying that's something you have to experience.
Mhm.
Like
100%.
because like I could say I believe, but I haven't experienced it, and that would make my belief more concrete. And I would love to.
Because that's a similar argument that atheists use
Yeah, I haven't seen
for religion.
I haven't seen proof or whatever. So how do I?
That was super annoying. You're right. I'm sorry.
That squeak? Oh yeah, did you hear it through the mic?
I did that to you earlier.
It was rough. Yeah, and you're just kind of slowly opening it because it was super shook up. It's woke.
It's woke.
And you're just.
Yeah, I got you and the doggo.
I'll imitate it for you, if you don't mind.
So, there's this game that
Oh goddamn!
that the brain, Captain Daddy, and a few of our other friends,
NookiePuss and Captain Daddy.
NookiePuss and Captain Daddy, thank you for being a part of our audience tonight.
NookiePuss.
There's this game that for $5 on the Steam Summer Sale has absolutely captured my heart, my imagination, my drive to want to better myself, really.
And the true soul of American trucking.
American Truck Simulator, everybody. This game, let me tell you something. I've had this game less than a week, and I have probably put in close to 25 hours in this game, at least. In that amount of time, I've gone from driving rental trucks, rental box trucks that belong to other people, making some decent coin when you start out, a couple thousand per load, real short drives, and you upgrade you have a skill tree. You can upgrade.
You get hazardous cargo, like fireworks,
cargo, long haul,
dynamite,
fragile cargo.
Like, look at this shit. It's got. You go across America. Well, not literally across America. You can only
not
go to so
yet.
many
They're
states.
they're releasing maps, and that's a good focus for them right now because I feel like they're about to release the state of Idaho. They have Oregon. They have Washington as DLC. New Mexico, Nevada, or not New Mexico. Is New Mexico an add-on, or is that part of the original game?
No, that's an add-on.
That's an add-on.
And I'm sad
Arizona, Nevada, California are all a part of the original game, which
you didn't get them during the Steam sales.
It's over?
Yeah, July 9th.
What did they go back to?
$12
Per?
pop.
Fudge.
I just realized when I was looking at it, I'm like, holy crap, what happened?
Look at all the paint jobs.
It's cool that the Mac was free. Do you have that? You probably have that downloaded.
No.
Oh.
I also don't have Arizona downloaded.
Oh, it's free.
I know I must have Arizona downloaded. Anyway, I have put some serious time into this game. I've been able to purchase my own truck, pay off the loan for that truck, turn around, take out another loan to improve my business and my garage and be able to afford another driver to help me run routes so that I have a side income with her. And I bought another truck. And let me tell you, I decked that thing out way too much. I can barely see out of this truck. Some of the long hauls that I've had with this thing, the turning radius by direct comparison is so much wider.
That good old Kenworth.
The good old Kenworth.
Kenworth.
And I call her Big Red because she is so sexy. She's got that flourish paint job.
Oh, it's got like the shine kind of to it.
No, it's
in lights.
the
Yeah,
like the fleur de lis, like
sorry,
Saints, kind of
design
ribbonage.
Yeah, well, it's like a classy French kind of like design.
Yeah. And so I gave her that, and the sun strip comes down so far, and the license plate in the window comes up so far, and it just makes it really difficult. But compared to a lot of the competitive games that I play daily, I play a lot of really competitive games. I play Overwatch, I play Call of Duty,
Support main.
Support main, sound off. I'm actually a tank main.
I'm a support main.
Overwatch, but Overwatch is a completely different. I could talk forever about Overwatch, but this game is a fantastic break from that, and I find that when I get off of work, it's usually the first thing that I go home and turn on.
And, super chill. You're just driving across the states of America.
You're just driving across the states of America. Windy little roads here and there. Sometimes you hit the open freeway. You pass through, the redwood forest in California.
Holy crap! This guy's got $9.7 million.
That's putting in some work, and he got this big old yellow. What truck's he driving? Look down, dude. What are you doing?
I don't know. I think he's in like a Peterbilt.
Big old Peterbilt.
For this, we're currently watching exclusive gameplay footage of the Idaho DLC that's coming out July 16th for American Trucking Simulator.
He's in McCall.
Not sponsored, by the way. He's in McCall?
He's in McCall. He just got into McCall.
That's crazy. Well, that'll be sweet.
I'm really excited, I think the Idaho DLC, especially with the direction that they've been taking lately, they're putting in a lot of effort into making sure that everything looks and feels genuine. When you come into town, especially if it's a town
yeah.
They want to make sure that everything is...
Do you recognize this place? And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, when I drove down to Moab in American Trucking Simulator, I was recognizing places left and right. Again, it's condensed, though, so it's only half a town, but it's still crazy.
It's small, but even this right now, as he's driving through McCall, because I've been to McCall, like, we're passing through the Manchester Ice Stadium. I call it a stadium. It's an arena.
It's a stadium if you live in McCall.
But, it's actually kind of uncanny how close they got a lot of this, especially for being a condensed game.
Oh, they're on 55. I think they're coming back down towards Boise.
No, he's going up.
Oh,
they just hit the curve of McCall going in through town.
You're
so
right.
He's going up towards like Brundage, Lewiston.
You right.
Which is crazy. End of the day, it's a fantastic game. It's really something that I've put a lot of time into, unapologetically. I have literally been ranting and raving to all of my coworkers, and like my roommates, they don't really know, didn't know too much about it, but I talk to them about it all the time, and I just can't wait for remote controlled semi trucks to be able to play a game like this and make actual money off of it, because I'm delivering true freight rather than just doing it through a video game.
Well, that looks like the perfect spot to end this week's episode on Let's Smoke About It. That we smoked thoroughly about aliens, ghosties, the supernatural.
And we smoked thoroughly about
beautiful game about American Truck Simulator. Pick it up. It's no longer $5 because the Steam sale is over. It's just a sad day. But good day for my wallet. It was rough. I bought too many games.
I bought too many games too. But don't be...
But now I have these games and I can always play them. And American Trucking Simulator is the perfect chillax. Not sponsored again, by the way.
Yeah, not sponsored at all. I love...
I mean, if they want to sponsor us...
And would not be disappointed.
Dev test the levels. It's fine.
Yeah, you want to send some exclusive gameplay maps to us?
Trucks.
We'll let you know how Montana is.
Oh,
we'll let you know
I'll
everything
drive
about
all the way
Montana.
To New York. All right.
I'll drive all the way to New York to map that bitch out for you.
Well, this has been Captain Daddy
and NookiePuss.
And we've smoked about it. Have a good day.